Welcome back to the Ascension Catholic Parish Podcast. Father Matthew Millay here, administrator at Ascension. Today I'm joined by Deacon Evrard Muhoza. Deacon, welcome to the show here. So for my first time hosting, but Deacon, we're so glad to have you here. So today I just want to start out, before we jump into our content today, I want to wish everybody well here in the new year. So we're already halfway through January. It's kind of wild how fast time flies. It's like 2026. Here we go. Woo. But I also hope that folks had a blessed Christmas. You know, Christmas is a full season. Lots happening. So it's good to be back in the groove of what you might call our normal lives and stuff. So, and you know, this was my first Christmas at Ascension, something I'm going to truly cherish. So I'm really grateful for all the volunteers who either decorated. I think about our musicians. I think about our choir. I think about so many things and so many folks that really make it all happen. So thank you all for that. Today, I just want to start in before we get into some conversation here with Deacon Evrard. I want to update you on a few things here at the parish, what's happening. You know, this is month 6 of my time here. As of yesterday was the exact 6-month mark, and I can only say that it's been such a joy. It's been such a joy, and I'm looking forward to the time ahead, the weeks, months, years ahead. It really feels like I'm able to put down roots here, and we've been busy. Deacon knows that. He's been here a couple weeks now. So, but we've got a lot going, and I feel like there's really a nice fervor that's building in the life of the parish. So, a lot of good things to report there. And I just want to convey to you all today that as of last week, we are just a few $100s off of our CSA Go the Catholic Services appeal, and that is it's part of our commitment to helping fund ministries throughout the Archdiocese, most especially seminary and education. You see your CSA dollars at work right here in front of us, right, with our seminarian, with this transitional deacon of ours. He's soon to be ordained a priest, so we'll talk more about that in just a moment. I want to also update you folks on the I Give Catholic project. So we had a very successful situation there. We raised the money we needed. We received a grant. We covered all the cost, and our playground is about halfway through with being with having the surface repaired. So it matches the smaller playground, which was repaired last year with the I Give campaign. So we are all good to go on that front. So really thank you everybody who has contributed to that, who donated towards that cause. We're doing some really great things, and that's evidence of it for sure. The last thing that's been on my mind, you know, Mass attendance is up. Please keep inviting others in. If you know someone's been away for a while, invite them in. We're ready for them. All right. So when we have a full church, it's a beautiful sight to see. So I want to get right to the big stuff here. Right, so we have our special guest. So again, Deacon, welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, so glad to have you here on the podcast, but also to have you in the parish. Right, so he has now been here. We were talking about this on the way here. He's been here for 2 weeks as of now.
Yes.
Right, and I probably, for all the things that we have him doing and all the help he's been, he probably feels like he's been here for a couple months. So we've
kind of a little bit.
Yeah, but it's good. It's good, and you're doing great work. Mm-hmm. So I'm very proud of you, very happy to have you. Mm-hmm. So in so many ways, the things that you'll see Deacon doing, he helps out with the catechetical program most especially. So he's filling in some gaps there for us. In addition to that, you'll see him on the altar. You'll see him preaching. You'll see him in so many places throughout the school. He helps me with that ministry as well, being present to our school kids. It's one of the most important things we do. But Deacon, you know, aside from the work and the good work you're doing for us, we really need to get to know you. I mean, there have been videos we posted out there, but this is a really nice way to kind of dig into your story a little bit. I want to talk about your vocation story, but really to get at the heart of who you are, I think we need to know, you know, how did you come to be in America, right? Because you're an immigrant. So what? Just, you know, go back to the beginning of your story there, maybe. Tell us about yourself. Tell us what we need to know about you, what our parishioners need to know.
Yes, as you say, I am Deacon Evrard Muhoza, to start from there.
Mm-hmm.
And I was born in Burundi in East Africa. And I was born in a very small town called Rushobi. And I grew up there until I was probably about 9 years old. I was born from a Catholic family. I went to Mass every Sunday as a family. And in 2009, we moved to the capital city, where I lived for about 3 years. I will kind of come back to what made us move. And then in 2014, my family moved here to the United States. And I've been here in America since then. Once we got here, I went to J-Town High School. After J-Town High School, I went to Bishop Simon Brute College Seminary, and after I graduated in 2022, I went to St. Manred, which I just graduated last month in December, and here I am. And you ask what made me want to be a seminarian. I always go back to starting from growing up as a young boy. The first thing I always say, the priesthood was not something that I thought as when I was growing up. That was not something I aspired for. But there's something that I always saw in a priest that I always lacked. Though necessarily I did not think of myself being a priest. I saw my uncle, who is a priest in Burundi. Every time there was like a conflict in a family, every time people needed someone to give them an advice to unite people, I'll see people inviting him and coming, or even in our family, calling him to come and unite. And I saw a priest as someone who unite people. And when I was growing up, I always admired to be someone who unite others. And yeah, I continued growing up. About when I was about 9 years old, as I said, in a small village in the town where I grew up. My dad was in politics at the time, and we started to realize that as he was preparing for the next election to run again as a representative for the state where we live. Now, a state is more of like a province. And he started to realize that his life was in danger. His opponent, his political rival, at the time realized my dad was popular and was most likely going to win the election. So they started trying to assassinate him. There was a number of attempts that my dad survived. Some of the times that he was even with my mom. So we realized how it was getting intense. So we decided to leave the town and the village, and we went to the capital city. We lived there for a few years, but my dad realized like it did not stop. Even though we have moved, those people were still after him. So in 2011, he fled. He went to Kenya. And at the moment, even though he was in Kenya, they also realized that he was there. And that whole thing continued. But at the time, my mom started asking me to go to pray for his safety. She would tell me, Jesus always listened to children. And if you come to him, he'll always listen to you. So she would ask me to go to pray for my dad as a child, because then Jesus will always listen to me. So I remember then every Saturday evening I would go to the Blessed Mother in her shrine at our home parish, and just go to Holy Hour. I did not even know it was Holy Hour at the time, but I would spend an hour praying in silence, praying for the safety of my dad, the safety of my family, my mom, my siblings. And then almost about a year after that, when after going that every Saturday, my mom came and told us that my dad have received an asylum to go to the United States. And for me, that was big, because I was praying for his safety, but I never thought that God would answer my prayers in a way that was beyond what I asked for. Because coming to the United States, not only was he safe, but it was one of the countries that I always watched in the movies, that I never knew that things like that could happen to our family. But also something that I kind of forgot a little bit, once in a while, when I was praying for my dad, my mom would come back and said, "Thank you for praying for your dad. God listened to your prayers." So as a 13-year-old boy, 14 years old, hearing those words from my mom, like, God listened to your prayers, it strengthened my faith. I grew up with the security, knowing that when I go to pray, God is listening. And I wanted to emphasize that starting from here, because I think this part really played a role eventually in deciding to go to the seminary. Especially those words from my mom, that God listened to my prayers. So when my dad came here to the United States, he started applying for the rest of the family to come a family reunion. He came in 2012, and the rest of the family joined him in 2014. So I went to high school, and it was a few months after I've been here that I was invited to start serving at the altar. Previously, I did not want to be an altar server. My younger brother was the one serving, but I would look at him jealous. But when they asked me, I would say, no, I don't want to do it. But I was jealous to see him being there at the altar. But eventually, one summer, I don't remember exactly which year it was, but our pastor, we had the picnic on a Saturday evening, and during the picnic, he injured his leg. And the next day on Sunday, he came to celebrate Mass with the cement on his leg, and you could see him processing from the back to the front, trying to genuflect, walking up the stairs to the altar. You could see that he was struggling through it. And throughout the Mass, you'll see even time to genuflect, he couldn't do it. And I remember sitting in the pew, that day I was not serving, and I was wishing, I can celebrate Mass. That way I can do it for him. He will not have to suffer the way he is. And what was surprising, after that Sunday, every other Sunday I came to Mass, I kept having like those same words. I wish I can celebrate Mass. I wish I can celebrate Mass. Yeah, so those words will come to me during Mass. I will try to push them away so I can focus on the Mass. But then I started to realize the more I try to push them away, the more I'm uncomfortable. I'm starting to be uncomfortable. And it became even uncomfortable going to Mass because it felt like during Mass, like this is something that is coming that I don't want to listen to. But eventually in prayer with our family, I mentioned that to my mom, and my mom said, oh, maybe God might be calling you for the priesthood. And then I started telling my mom, well, the priesthood is like, I don't even understand English very well. How can I be a priest when I don't understand English? And then she would tell me, Evrard, those were the same words Moses told to God like in the burning bush. And God told him, like, I'll tell you what to say. So I feel like that was an excuse to not go to the priesthood. And then my mom refuted it. I did not have another excuse. So I sit down, listed, in prayer. And kind of going back to what I started with, my mom coming to tell me, God listened to your prayers. At that moment, I realized that God is trying to speak to me, and I'm not listening to God. And I recall like moments when I went to pray, and God was listening. But when it's my turn to listen to God, I am not listening. So I said, I will listen to God this time if He's asking me to discern the priesthood. I will listen and go try it. If it works, good. If it doesn't work, at least I listened to God and I obeyed His will. So I went to the seminary thinking it would be 1 year, and eventually I'll have proven to God that was not my call. But going to the seminary after 1 year, I have loved it. I did struggle a little bit with being in a different culture, different language, but after the year, I have enjoyed my time in a seminary. I have loved it. I wanted to continue. And now it's been 7 years in the seminary. I just graduated. So I think it's worked. So
here you are. You're a deacon now. That's big time.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, a transitional deacon. Certainly different from the deacons you might be normally accustomed to seeing. We think about Deacon Doug, we think about Deacon John in our midst, but they're permanent deacons, so they're stable in their ministry, not anticipating priestly ordination. But very soon you're about to go up to the altar of God.
Oh, yes.
Certainly you already serve at the altar, but all the more you're going up for priestly ordination. So, your evidence here really that priestly vocations don't happen by accident. Right? They're the fruit of prayer. They're the fruit of walking the path of faith, the way with the Lord, who is the way Himself. So it's pretty impressive. Mm-hmm. So Deacon Thea, thank you for sharing those parts of your story. Deeply moving. So much appreciated. Mm-hmm. So with an eye to the future, I want to ask you a few more questions. Related to your vocation. What do you look forward to most about being a priest?
One of the things I look most to being a priest is that preaching. I think I've enjoyed preaching and celebrating the sacraments. So far as a deacon, I've enjoyed doing baptisms. and I look forward to it. But I'm also especially looking forward to celebrating Mass. I think I find my vocation in Mass, and me being able to celebrate Mass. That's something I think I'm going to enjoy. I'm going to love very much about the priesthood. So I'm looking forward to it.
Well, the people are going to love you, Deacon. They're going to love you. You're going to be a great priest. Certainly you're a gift to us now. You're a gift to the parish. And in so many ways, your story has now become a part of our story. So you're a part of our story. So the lived story of faith at Ascension. One more fun question, though.
Yes.
I want to ask you this, because we visited with kids in the classrooms and things, and we've given them chances to ask me questions. They've asked Deacon questions. But just for the fun of it, what do you like to do outside of ministry?
Yes.
What do you do for fun?
Yes, I'll say that depends on seasons. Now, in the summer, I like to play soccer. When I'm outside of my ministry, outside of school, previously, in the summer I'll go to play soccer, and once in a while, I try out other games, but most especially soccer has been my main game that I try to do. I like watching soccer, so I play soccer. I like watching soccer. My favorite team is FC Barcelona. So even after ministry in the evening, if there's a Barcelona game, I watch the game. Or even on my day off, which is on Mondays, usually I play video games and soccer. So I like doing soccer. But recently I've been learning how to cook. So that is something that I've in recent years I've developed that I like to do. Things that something that I can do like now in the winter, where the weather does not permit me to go outside and play soccer. So cooking is kind of taken that place. And I'm also learning how to play piano, though I'm not very committed, but once in a while I sit on it to try to learn how to play the keys. Yeah, so those are the things I like to do for the most part. That's
great. We have 3 or 4 of those around the campus, so you got plenty of practice space, I think, right?
Yes.
So there we go. Well, good. But thank you for sharing those things. So we'll kind of bring the podcast to a close at this point. Again, so grateful to you, Deacon, for sharing your story with us today. That's been the main thing we wanted to cover, and really give people a chance to know you. Again, you'll see him around the parish doing things with our catechetical programs and various other needs that he will help serve and meet our needs. So we're appreciative of your ministry. Certainly, we're very grateful to have you with our other deacons and the great ministry that they do. So again, just I can't say thank you enough. So great to have you here.
And thank you also for your guidance. It's been a joy being at Ascension.
Yeah, if we kind of take a step back and zoom out a little bit, Deacon and I have worked together in various contexts. We were brother seminarians, soon to be brother priests. So what a great thing! But we were in seminary a number of years together, and then back when I was the associate pastor over at Holy Spirit, St. Leonard, not so long ago, he was assigned there to do ministry with us as well. So he's been a great help in these various capacities. So in addition to Deacon's story today, just want to highlight a few more things, and then we'll be on our way. So this is coming up Tuesday the 20th, so it's happening. I want to share what's happening on that evening. So 6:30 p.m., it's Mass with the Archbishop. So any altar servers out there, if you want to come attend that Mass, there'll be information about how you can become a server for the Archbishop himself. You could become a pontifical server. So that will be on display within the context of that Mass. So Ascension is happy to host the Archbishop, the Archdiocese at large. There'll be several people at that Mass, maybe a few hundred, I think. So we're really looking forward to hosting that. There'll be a light reception to follow. So please come on out. Any of our kids who are altar servers, who have been altar servers, happy to have you there to celebrate that ministry. In addition to that, we also have open house. It's happening very soon. So January 27th. All right, it's coming right up. So, and I think about that when I think about the school. I think really first about our mission. I think about what we're doing there, and it's to develop again Christian thought leaders. So I want to echo that in this moment. In so many ways, folks, it means to really think with the mind of the church, that we move with the mind of the church, and that can mean so much. It can mean so much. But I think ultimately, if we had to sum it up, we're on a journey together, right? We're on a journey to know, to love, and to serve the Lord, and we're doing it right here in our local parish at Ascension. So continue to plug in, continue to volunteer, do all the things you do. But until next time, we'll see you. So God bless you, and we'll see you around the parish.